We're going to get on the screen. How are y'all? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Charlene. We're going to get on the screen. Oh, my bad. How are y'all? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Charlene. I was trying to, let the music play for y'all while we wait for some people to come in. So next time it will be better. I will have it on another device so y'all can hear the music because I thought it was playing. Y'all thought y'all could hear it, but y'all couldn't. But it is what it is. Hey, Jonay, how are you? You on mute, girl.
I was like, what's going on?
No music. And I'm up here playing the music. Right.
Girl, I'm like, am I tripping or is there no sound? I know I'm not tripping. Hold on, I gotta run you in the back, but I gotta mute it real quick. So that's another reel. You should have still dropped that beat from the other device.
Right. But I didn't download it though.
Oh, Lord.
You know what? Here it go right here. Let me see if this works. Let me know if you hear it. StreamYard is
difficult.
Exactly.
Hey, Charlene. Hold on, I gotta share that.
You can hear it. See, I gotta share the screen in order for it to play it. Anyway, we're gonna let the thing play right on through. Can you hear the music, girl? Oh, okay.
Jeez Louise.
All right. This is the first test run. Okay, we're gonna get it.
I'm sending out notifications.
Really?
Because Latanya is live.
Right. Girl,
I'm going into her live right now.
It looks weird on here, but I wonder if I can make this bigger or something. Hey, Alexis.
Hey, Alexis.
I gotta go.
She said, "Oh, I just remember book club." I said, "It's book club." I said, "Come in when you can," because she was live, but I didn't want her to stop her live. She could have kept it running, but she probably had to look on her computer. She could have ran her live in the background, right?
Yeah, she still could have ran it like a silent live.
Yeah, because that's why I got yours. I got you open on YouTube, and then I got StreamYard open at the same time.
On your channel?
What?
You got StreamYard running on your channel too?
No.
Oh, girl. Mm-mm. All right. Anyway.
Hey, Alexis.
Hey, Alexis. It's our first try and first test run. We'll get better as the time goes on. We might have to we will have to probably record this and then put it up as a premiere or something. This live stuff is right here, but y'all get the raw and uncut. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Today we're gonna be reading out of the book called God Don't Like Ugly by Mary Monroe. And when I say this book starting off, it gets juicy and juicier. So that we reading out of chapter 1 and 2. We're not gonna read the full chapter, but we're gonna paraphrase it and highlight certain things that y'all should know. For those that, because y'all should already have your own book or an audio at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I do got some little pictures so y'all can see for y'all.
Fifi wanted us to read the book live, and I vetoed that real quick when I realized. I said you wanted to read the book on live. I said, but I vetoed that because I realized some of these chapters are extra long.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we would be here, at least probably 3 hours. Just to get her watch time, we could do it, though.
We could, can't we? I'm a good reader now.
Mm-hmm. Just follow along. Right.
It's up to y'all. However y'all feel it up in the chat. Would you rather for us to read it? Or would you rather just want us to paraphrase it and give our commentary on it? How y'all feel?
Right. It's up to y'all.
It don't matter to me now.
So, ooh.
We was waiting on a few people to get in here.
Uh-huh.
If you haven't already, don't forget to thumbs up the video. Girl.
Yes, thumbs up the
and share your girl out. Share me out. Share me out. Share your girl out.
Hi, Leah. Is this the first chapter? Yes, Leah, that is the first chapter. That is not the first chapter, but that's the first page of the first chapter, which is a short chapter.
Yes, the first chapter is very, very short.
Or maybe you should read the first chapter and then we could paraphrase chapter 2. Say nobody read it. Follow along if you have your book.
Right, but first chapter is basically like how things. Y'all understand? It was like a background. It's not the background. It's like the now of what's going on. Then it goes. Chapter 2 goes through her background story as a childhood. So y'all, hopefully y'all won't get confused, but just follow along as we read. Okay. Go ahead and start.
So Leah said she thinks we should read it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, read the introduction. She said read the introduction, which is
how about you read the introduction, Jonah?
Oh God. No, introduction is just acknowledgments. Thanks to the following: Robin Givens, whose interest in this story she doesn't have no introduction to her.
Yeah, there ain't no introduction to this.
She doesn't have an introduction. She only has a dedication or whatever, acknowledgments.
She said both chapters had my attention. It showed
exactly.
But I'm gonna go ahead and start reading chapter 1. But y'all follow along as I read. And there it goes. Hope you can see the little words on the screen. But I'm gonna read my book because I'm 4-eyed. But anyway, it said, to this day, I don't know exactly where Mr. Boatwright came from. He slid into my life He slid into my one dark, miserable day in October 1956 when I was 6 years old. I arrived home from school, and there he was, decked out in a fleece white suit and a lopsided fedora. He was grinning all over the place as he removed his musty things from a large military bag and placed them on our already cluttered living room floor. Hold on, my kids is bothering me right now. What's wrong, Olivia? Go to the bathroom. Anyway, his pointed toes lined up in our hallway looked like a row of little missiles. Who are you? I asked, eyeing him suspiciously. He looked about 100 years old. I stayed close to the door and kept my hand on the doorknob, ready to run if I had to. First, he looked at me up and down, bobbing his head like a rooster. A lot of people did that the first time they saw me. I was probably the only first grader in Ohio who weighed almost as much as an adult. Suddenly, for a brief moment, I suspected and hoped that he was the grandfather I had never met. He was a heavy-set man with copper-colored skin and sparkling brown eyes that looked out of place on his wide, flat, heavily lined face. His lips were thin for a black man. I looked around for Mama. She appeared within seconds with a smile on her face that stretched from one side to another. She stopped in the middle of the floor and started wiping her flour-covered hands on her crisp white apron. Standing close to the man, I could see that he was not much taller than Mama, and she was only 5'2". Hey, Felita, how are you?
Hello, Felita.
I might have to go to page 2, my bad. So that's just first page. You want to elaborate on the first page, John, real quick? While I get to page 2.
Elaborate on the first page.
Yeah.
So basically, what it is that she was struck, like she was shocked, not struck. She was shocked because it was this man standing in her house. Well, you'll learn later on, I think in the second page, third page, or something like that she didn't have grandparents. Mm-hmm. So from what she knew, she didn't have any. So you hear her saying that she thought it could have been, and was hoping that it could have been a grandfather of hers. But you'll learn later on who actually is. And I think this might have been the first time that her mom has ever brought somebody else into the house other than her dad. Mm-hmm. So this is just the introduction to Mr. Boatwright, and you'll find out quickly who this Mr. Boatwright
is. Hey, Shanique. Hey, Annie.
How you doing?
Okay, on page 2. Annette, this here is Brother Boatwright. He's fixing to move in with us, Mama's informed me. Stunned, I looked from her to him, then back to her. Is this my granddaddy? I asked. My heart was beating about a mile a minute. No, Mama chuckled. You ain't got no grand folks no more. Brother Boatwright is just another brother in need of a place to live. He's just a strange man, I gasped, disappointed. I was the only kid I knew who didn't have grandparents to visit and expect gifts and money from. I tightened my grip on the doorknob. No, he ain't no strange man. I could tell that Mama was getting frustrated with me by the way she narrowed her eyes and jerked her head from side to side when she talked. Him and Reverend Snipes go way back, she told me, waving her hand dramatically. I did not want some strange old man, especially one that might start bossing me around, invading the space I shared with Mama. Oh, I mumbled. I let go of the doorknob and moved closer to Mama. Is he going to sleep with you like a husband, Mama? I asked anxiously. I had been praying for Mama to get married again and have a baby sister or brother for me to boss around. I rolled my eyes at the man. The mean look I gave him upset him, and I was glad a puppy dog expression replaced his annoying grin. But I didn't care. Don't you never disrespect Brother Boatwright like that again, bride of Satan, Mama hissed. There was a look of embarrassment on her face as she pulled me into a corner. Sleep with me. Brother Boatwright is man of God. Mama turned to the old man with the other smile and continued. Brother Boatwright, you arrived right on time. I know you know your Bible. You see the mess I got on my hands? This youngin' is out of control. We don't keep an eye on her. Next time we look up, she'll be robbing banks or trying to shoot President Eisenhower. I returned to Mr. Boatwright and apologized. He smiled and trickled all 3 of my chins. His smile seemed empty and false. There was sweat all over his face. What he sweating for? And it wasn't even in the house. He removed a flat box of Anacin pills, some type of pills, from his shirt pocket and rapidly gobbled a handful. Ain't it the truth, Sister Good? I'm genuine to keep both my eyes on this girl. Praise the Lord, he shrieked. Nodding from emphasis, I jumped almost a foot off the floor. The old man and Mama laughed. Mama, I started. He walks with Jesus, so he say, that's sometime when he get excited.
First of all, why do you need this man in your house? 2, why is this man sitting in your living room sweating like a damn pig
when it's not even hot?
And it's not hot. And why the hell did this man say, I'm sure going to keep my eyes on her?
And then touch her chin. Don't forget about that.
Yes, and then touching your chin. First of all, ain't no man gonna walk in my house and touch my kid's chin. Period. Mr. Boatwright would have been right up in there and right up out at the same time. Okay. Y'all go see. This chapter gets a little bit more creepy.
Chapter 2 ain't nothing to play with, okay?
Chapter 1 gets a little bit more creepier. And I want y'all to comment in the comment section what y'all think. I don't know. Are we gonna have people come up here if they need to come, if they want to say what they want to say?
Right, they can come up here if they want to. The link is in the chat. I can put the link in the chat again if you want me to.
Is it pinned up there?
No, I don't think I did. My bad.
Okay.
It's pinned now. Keep in mind, this is back in 1956. Back then, Black people in that day and time lived poor. Okay. Also, keep in mind, it was back in the most racist times it is. You know, you still had the Ku Klux Klan back in those days. So keep that in mind, because we will go more in depth as we read throughout the book. Latanya said he's a hot mess. He would have had to go. Exactly. So by them being like a poor family, Mr. Boatwright, like she said, matter of fact, I will read that on page 3. So let me not get ahead of myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and read page 3 now. Her mama explained that he walks with Jesus. Mama explained, I didn't care how holy he was. The way he was looking at me, making me feel like I was something good to eat. Move, DJ. I should have known he was up something nasty even then. Exactly. Like I said, Brother Boatwright and the Reverend Snipes, they go way back. He gets a disability check every month from the white folks, so he's going to help us pay our bills. And he just loves to dust and mop and sweep and cook. You got any kids I can play with, Mr. Boatwright? I had to force myself, but I managed to smile. I sure ain't. But if I did, I declare, I want me a little gal just like you. You just as thick and fine as you want to be. I bet you can pull a plow by yourself. I bet you can tear down a house by yourself. He exclaimed, squeezing my arm. His statements frightened me. It frightened me. Like that's some pedophile type stuff. As they would have any other lazy child. I went out of my way to get out of doing housework and other chores, let alone something as strenuous and pulling plows and tearing down houses. He'd be the type to boss me around like I was a slave, I thought. He had me washing dishes, mopping, dusting, things Mama had always done while I lounged on the couch watching television and nibbling on snacks. I sensed a future filled with doom and despair. Mama turned to me and a serious look appeared on her face. When she folded her arms and started tapping her toe, I took a few steps back. God led Brother Boatwright to us for a reason, in addition to proving you some spiritual guidance. You just now heard him agree to keep both his eyes on you while I'm at work. You better mind him and do everything he tell you to do. Do you hear me? Mama snarled and stabbed me in the chest with her finger. You better listen to me, look at anyway. Yes, ma'am, I sighed with defeat. Mama then turned to the old man and continued. Brother Boatwright, you got my permission right here. And now to cold cock this numbskull whenever you feel she needed it. Okay, Sister Good, he said eagerly. I could smell his sour breath from a foot away. Looking into his terrible eyes, I was certain he was insane. I knew then that my life would never be the same again. I just got to reading page 3 of chapter 1. Basically, we got Brother Buttwright that's supposed to be holy and endowed, moving in into Annette and her mom's home to help pay bills because he gets a disability check each month. Also, the way he was sounding and the way he was talking to the little girl gives me the impression of that he's somewhat type of a pedophile.
I agree. He said too much. It was too many signs of him potentially being a pedophile. Talking about, oh, you're thick, and basically you can pull a plow by yourself, and all that. Looking her up and down, and he was just doing too much. She was doing too much, and if her mama was a real mama and was all about her stuff, she would have caught this a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? She would have caught whatever's gonna happen if it do happen. She would have caught it a long time ago. But to me, those are red flags, and she should have caught that in the beginning.
And to me, also, I get this impression that her mama herself don't know Mr. Boatwright that well. All she knows is that he's a God-fearing man, and he knows snipes. And then you give him a permission to correct your child when needing while she's at work. Why, for one, you let a whole strange man in a household to stay with you because of a disability check to get you from one check to another so y'all can survive off food. And then another thing, you give him permission to do whatever that's basically do whatever he want with your child without you having no knowledge of.
And you letting him stay in your house and don't know him from a can of paint.
Right. Hey, lovely. Child, please allow a police stranger to move in and then take care of your daughter. Shaking my head. That's why my kids don't go to folks' house. Exactly.
That's right. She didn't know that man. She only knew him through the reverend, and she kept saying he a good what did she say? A Christian man, a house man.
Right. And we got Lily in the chat.
Hey.
Now we're gonna get into chapter 2. Now chapter 2 is basically they're gonna either further back into her childhood, why she don't have no grandparents, or why she don't have nobody to watch her on a daily basis, or what type of line of work her mama does, and what happened to her daddy. You know, we're gonna get further and further in depth into chapter 2. So pay attention. Hey, how are you?
Hi, Gail. Focus on. I'm ready.
How are you doing, Gail?
Church folks are the worst. Yes, Felita. They be the ones that be doing the most dirt.
Okay, do y'all want me to read what I highlighted, or would you continue to read the chapter? Because I got time today. You know what I'm saying?
Read the highlighted, and then if we need to go through the chapter, we can go through the chapter.
Okay.
I can't even see the.
Just read what you got highlighted on each page, and then we can talk about those. Because obviously, those are the important key points that you need to know through the chapter.
Okay, on the first page of chapter 2, it says she didn't have any other relatives in Richland, Ohio. Her grandparents on both sides were dead.
Thank you. Sorry.
Both of her parents died within weeks of one another when she was 16 years. When her mom was 16 years old. Her mama married her dad out of desperation. After 6 miscarriages, she gave birth to Annette at 34.
Let me point out something. Her being 34 years old, she should have dang well knew all the time of somebody that wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Good morning,
Friday.
That's why I don't like the marriages nowadays. Not nowadays, but back then they would stay with people even though the person was cheating. Got like she had 6 miscarriages. Obviously, he's doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing.
Now, as I'm going to read next, that's important facts out this first page is dealing with the color of your skin. And here's why. It says that Mama and I look alike, but she was called pretty. I was not. And this is the reason why she was called pretty, because her mama had high cheekbones and heart-shaped face with small nose, bowl-shaped lips, lashes so long and black they belong on a doll, and beauty mark on the right side just above her lip. People call her beauty mark a mole, and they call mine a wart. The reason why her mom was called pretty is because that she was light skin. You know what I'm saying? Just being light was enough by black standards for her to be considered attractive. Being slim was icing on the cake. She was slim and fine as wine. No matter how pretty I actually was, people made it clear I was too dark and too fat. Black people with dark skin were usually looked down upon by light-skinned and black people. So she was basically saying she was never an exception in the church. And for her example, even the church ushers would be like, too bad it wasn't that gnome, like the garden gnome, Annette, because she was dark skinned, not light skinned. But back in the day, light skinned women was the prize compared to the either a caramel or a dark color black woman. And black women like my color and Jonay's skin and Love and Samir, it was hard for us to get by on a daily basis. We'd probably be out in the field picking cotton. You know what I'm saying? But what y'all think?
She also looked exactly like her mom. Split an image of her mom. The only difference was her mom was light skinned and she was black. She was dark. She was real dark. And for
It's sad because
somebody had where a kid had died or something like that, got killed or something like that. And that's where that statement came from when they said, oh, too bad it wasn't that garden gnome, a gnome of Annette. Because, and I feel like colorists, duh. They were colorists back then.
Right.
Yeah, like you said, they looked alike. Like, it's like, because they used to do the paper bag test and all that stuff.
The what?
You gotta be lighter than the paper bag.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That paper bag thing. Yeah, that's exactly what they was talking about. To be accepted, you gotta be lighter than paper bag. And that goes way back in around the 1950s. You know what I'm saying?
Felita, Sade, Samara, Shanique, Latanya, Alexis, Annie, Charlene, Jonay, Leah. I love you all. Love you too, Gail.
Love you too, Gail. And click out for thumbs up the video if you haven't already. Please do so and share your out. To let y'all know now that y'all on here. For those that missed this live, we will be doing a recap on Jonay's channel tonight as well. So. So y'all won't miss nothing that we're reading, okay? And then we're going to be doing this every other week, so give y'all time to read the next 2 chapters.
Right.
Hey, Didi, how are you? Welcome.
Yes, we'll be doing it every other week because we feel like, life happens. We're not trying to rush y'all to read 2 chapters. We all got kids. Some of us got kids. Most of us got kids. So we want to make sure. Lovely, mute your phone. You in that bag, girl. Well, we want you guys to take your time to read the next 2 chapters.
Right.
So that's why we said every 2 weeks. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read the next page. I'm going to read the highlighted. Basically, all of this on this page is juicy, okay?
Right.
It's still good. It doesn't say that she was around 3. Daddy was still around then. Like a lot of black folks in South Florida, okay? South Florida now. Shanique in the bed. Let me stop. We don't have much. We live in shacks, more secondhand clothes, and move often enough that we always manage to stay a few steps ahead of our bill collectors and the clan. Bought a lot of stuff on credit. Remember that? Remember back in the days we used to buy stuff on credit. Anyway, that we couldn't always pay for, like food, medicine, and every now and then a luxury item like a Christmas gift or something for one or of our birthdays. Her daddy was an outspoken man who stood up in church and at political rallies and cursed the way white folks were treating us. With God's help, we ain't going to put up with Jim Crow the rest of our lives. News about his arrogance always reached the clan, and he received veiled threats too often for his comfort. A very close call one night while we were attending a revival. Somebody threw a firebomb in the front window of our house. Daddy was a migrant laborer and worked in nearby fields 6 days a week. Mama cleaned and cooked for rich white folks in Miami 2 days a week. In the year 1954, and segregation was way of life. DJ usually walked or hitched a ride on somebody's mule wagon to her jobs and everywhere else we went. She would prepare us a few sandwiches and usually sweet potato or bologna, and we would leave the house early in the morning, right after Daddy did. That's because they didn't like to ride the bus because, you know, back in them days, they were forced to sit in the back of the bus.
And
they didn't want
to said they were better than riding in the back of the bus.
Yes. I like going to work with Mama. Her mom used to work with this lady called Rosa P.S. She was an Italian woman, an elderly Italian woman, you know, that her daddy owned slaves. And her mom was so far gone. She was like, what, senile?
Yeah.
Annette was one of the slaves. She was like, go get me some goobers. You know what I'm saying? Go get me some goobers. Go over there, fetch me some goobers.
So from what I'm getting from this, but I read this chapter, but basically what they was doing was she was explaining basically that her dad was a troublemaker, basically. And they had to constantly move to make sure that they stayed safe because their dad was in so much trouble. I don't know if it was gambling. I believe it was gambling, because that's what they used to do back in the day, really heavily. They used to gamble, and her dad was that troublemaker. So she never had any stability when she was with her father.
Right. And then as we read more too, we will see why he always a troublemaker, because, you know, back in the day, two different type of races can't mingle with each other. So we will get more further on that one. The reason why they move so much.
What I got just now is that his her mom was basically a housemaid, and she liked working with her. Stuff like that. Right. I know so much about what the dad did.
All right, moving right along.
We want to plug this in. If you guys have not received this book, if you did not purchase it, you can get Audible and you get a free book
on Audible.
So download it.
And you can be read along with it.
Audible, since we plugging you in there, we need a sponsorship from y'all.
Exactly. You so do. The lady was saying, Rosa Pierce was saying, go give me some goober spooky. She used to call me. My job was to fan her. Her job was to fan her and empty her spit tube. You know, I remember growing up as a child, my grandma used to have them snuffers in her mouth and used to spit. Who all had grandparents that spit in them cup can or Coke can or something like that?
They was chewing tobacco, wasn't they?
Yeah, it was snuff. It's called snuff.
Right here in
their cheeks. Yeah, my dad used to do it back in the day when I was growing up too.
Exactly here in their cheeks. Nene's dad does that. and he just
I just been around cigars. I don't know about tobacco chew.
Mm-hmm. But she did a lot of snuff, so I was forever running around emptying spit. When nobody was looking, the old woman and I threw rocks at moving cars when I made her mad, like the time I couldn't find any more rocks for us to throw, threatened her, "You lazy heifer. I ought to sell you to one of them cane jockeys, make a field hand out of you." You know how people, she was senile woman or whatever, thinking that she was one of them slave on the chair. A minute later, we be friends again, chasing some of the kids in the fancy white neighborhood where Miss Rosa lived with switches. One time, Mama caught us. She grabbed my arm and shook me so hard my whole body ached. "Girl, Miss Rosa can do whatever she want. She white, but you can't be messing with no white kids." Mama and Daddy had me believing we were as good as anybody else. So it confused me when I got scolded for sassing or upsetting somebody white. But some kids don't understand back in them days. But
and mind y'all, this is not during slavery. This is, I believe, after. But still, blacks, that's all they knew how to do was to work for the white folk.
Right.
So, but yeah, she that would have confused me too. Man, you said we just as good as them, but then I can't do what they do. Like that is.
Mama Diddy said, "I love to hear history like this. I always have. I knew people, usually men, that use snuff." Yes.
Yeah. And Felita said her grandmother used to chew Greyhound tobacco.
That's it. Oh, okay. Here we go. Yes.
That's crazy.
It could be this a red color. Was it red?
I don't know. I only knew of the brown stuff. And it looked like, I don't know. It looked like shriveled up. Not shriveled up. It looked like what is that stuff? Shredded up like chicken, but like brown. It was.
I didn't like the smell of it. And then every time they would spit in a Coke can, it would gross me out.
It stink.
It does stink. Okay. She talk about her favorite time during the period was when we lived at a bottom of the hill off a dirt road in a rural section of Miami called Hanley. Our house had a living room. Now she about to talk about how poor they was living, so pay attention. Our house had a living room, a kitchen, and one bedroom. I liked it because we were so close to the woods that squirrels and other creatures wandered into our backyard to eat out of my hand. The only furniture we had was a stove with no legs and an icebox that shook so much we kept it unplugged most of the time. We had a table in the kitchen, but just one chair. Mom and Daddy took turns sitting on that one chair. There was 2 tree stumps at the table that we used to place of chairs. Things like coffee tables and lamps were not only luxury items, but cumbersome. When we left a place, it was usually in such a hurry. We only left with what we could carry because they didn't ride the bus or whatever. They only took what they could carry. We slept on the bedroom floor in our clothes until a preacher gave us a stained mattress, a ripped sheet, and a blanket that was so old and worn you could see through it.
Yeah, they lived poor. How could you? I mean, could y'all just imagine having a stove with no legs? A stove with no legs, sitting on a tree stump.
Yes, and you have to share one chair.
One chair, one bed that was stained, one blanket that was ripped, and a 1-bedroom.
Right.
Well, I can't say nothing. I shared a room with my sisters, but it's not the same.
That's how a lot of families lived back then. A lot of black families, they lived in 1-bedroom houses where everybody slept together. You know, maybe the kids had the living room and they had 1 mattress, 2 mattresses or whatever, but everybody slept in the same area. Mom and Daddy had 1 room, and they all made it work.
Mm-hmm.
But in this time, you can compare this to this time and now. Back in these days, the families were so close knit. There wasn't no fighting, arguing, sibling rivalry. But now you got all of that because everybody got their own,
Right. They was mainly trying to protect their families from the Ku Klux Klan, because back in the day they was lynching black people more, and they also was firebombing people's houses or lighting up crosses in front of people's yards. Right. It was always to harass the people of color.
Right. You would have 2-3 families in there, but they would all be family. Like,
right.
My family, my cousin family, and then my auntie family. We'd all be living in one house.
In one house. Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. But this and that problems. Mm-hmm. Everybody else.
But I'm gonna go ahead and continue to read on page 7. She talked about how she ate off cracked plates or out of cans most of the time and drank water from a spring a few yards from the house. We had 140-watt light bulb. Imagine having 140 light bulb to carry from room to room. No, we got it so made and good these days that we got light bulbs on all around throughout the house. But
right, every room.
One light bulb throughout every room.
Mm-hmm.
And hung it naked from an extension cord. When it died, Mama brought home a coil lamp that she found along the side of the road. I spent most of my time running around with squirrels. Mama and all the other black women I knew made soup and stew out of most of the wild creatures that inhabited the woods, even snakes. Yeah. When Mama suddenly started getting too friendly with my squirrel, petting and feeding it, commenting, "Oh, how plump he was!" Some country folks love to cook some squirrels and some snakes and whatever they can find. They were cooking because they eat anything and everything back in them days.
Right. I don't know about no squirrels.
I think that's what carnivore started though. This eating animals. Mm-hmm. Back then. We still do it now, just not people the ones running around.
Right. On page 8, like I said, I just highlighted because if you have the book, you can read the details and stuff like that. How her daddy, they was fishing for crowd daters. But on this finna get good and juicy right here now. Pretty soon, the next page. But on this page, it's talked about a storm that's coming. Back in the day, they were so poor. They didn't even have no television. They didn't have no radio. They just go out, lick their fingers and test to see, oh, it's about to rain today. Oh, okay, we just got to eat our food.
And it's going to be windy. Wind.
Right. So they didn't have no radio or television. They were 2 of many luxuries we didn't allow ourselves to think about owning. So that's why they didn't know about the tornado coming one Sunday after they had come home from church. So y'all can read into it because she go in detail how the wind was blowing and wishing and all that, and what her dad was out there. Because back in the day, they didn't have money to buy food, but they go out and fish it and catch whatever they catch and they cook it. That's their food for their day. Mm-hmm. Free food, you know what I'm saying? I think we need to get back to that type of life. You know what I'm saying? Go catch your own food instead of paying these high prices food in these grocery stores that we deal with.
Amen. Okay.
You caught up.
On page 9, she was describing how her dad looks, his features towards the end of page 8. But on page 9, I want to point out when she said one of her daddy's front teeth was missing. It was missing because a white policeman had knocked it out with a billy club when daddy sassed him. Her dad didn't back down when it comes to people in power, like the white people in power or the Ku Klux Klan or a white person in general. He never backed down. He stood his ground. Around that time, people was too scared to even stick up for themselves, let alone stick up for their siblings or their kids or their family, period, because they was too afraid. But her dad wasn't afraid to do anything, and that's the reason why his teeth was missing or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
when the storm is on its way and it's coming, it said he seemed to be worried about something. He was eating real slow and starting to stare at the wall. I just figured he was concerned about the storm. What's wrong with you, Mr. Goody? Her mama asked. Daddy's first name was Frank, but I only heard her use it when she was mad at him or when she was serious. Daddy didn't answer right away. He just kept staring at the wall. Daddy just shook his head and said, "No, I'm all right. We'll talk after the storm." So what you think while he was quiet? It's coming up. I don't want to feel nothing right now. It's coming up.
I think somebody's after him.
Could be. We never know.
I don't know. We gotta keep going.
We gotta keep on reading.
Gotta keep going. Then now I do want y'all, if y'all did not read chapter 2, I want y'all to read it for yourself.
Yeah.
There's more in there. She's just highlighting the points that stuck out to her the most. And that's usually what you do when you are in a book club. Because not everybody's gonna have the same points. But most of the stuff that she's saying, it was sticking out to me too, but I've read the book before. So, but please read chapter 2 if you have time.
Yeah, exactly. Going forward,
we got to see what's going on. Chapter 2 is a juicy one.
Okay, it says, I used to see men bigger than he was cowering nervously and keeping their eyes on the ground when talking to white folks. Daddy look at white folks straight in the eye when he talked to them. When white folks called him uncle or boy, he corrected them and said firmly, "My name is Mr. Goody." Or Mr. Good. I said Goody.
Mr. Good.
Mr. Good.
I'm Mr. Good.
I sat on the floor next to Daddy on his footstool. Just a few minutes later, the tornado came roaring at us like a runaway train. The whole part was not knowing if we were waiting to live or waiting to die. Tornado was very tricky. Daddy put on his work clothes and Mama fixed breakfast like it was just another day. But this is after the storm was over with. So after the storm is over with, that's why I say you got to read for yourself to get your own understanding. After the storm was over with, Daddy put on his work clothes and Mama fixed breakfast like it was just another day. But it was just not another day. He said he didn't have time to eat. Instead, he started walking around the living room like he was nervous and glancing out the window every few minutes. He looked. Oh, I'm gonna go to the next page. My bad. So y'all can see for yourself.
Nervousness.
I guessed it right, huh?
Dang, what I did?
We ain't read nothing yet.
Okay. All right. He looked at me long time, standing in the middle of the floor watching him. Suddenly, Daddy left the room and returned a few minutes later, holding one of our shopping bags in one hand and a lunch bag bulging with bologna sandwiches in the other. Annette, you better be good, he said in a low voice. He started walking towards the door, but turned around and ran over and kissed me on my forehead. Daddy, what's the matter? Daddy didn't answer me. Mama followed him out the door, and I heard them arguing on the front porch. At that time, they was arguing and cussing. You know what I'm saying? Going on. So Annette seen a white woman in a dusty green car drive down the hill towards our house. Daddy jumped in the car. It was still moving. He didn't get no time to stop. He kept on moving. Okay, around this time, her mama goes into a deep depression now because her husband left her for a white woman, and we ain't finna get there anymore. But Annette, as being a child, she don't understand what's going on. She don't understand why her dad just up and leave, and when is he gonna come back?
I think Annette was, how old was she?
Was she 3? She
was 3 years old. Because when Mr. Boatwright came in, she was 6.
Yeah.
So this is 3 years prior. So now we're going back into time with what happened, what led them up to where they are now. So she was 3 years old, and the 3-year-old don't comprehend that. What's going on? All they know is that their daddy went out the door and their daddy ain't never came back. You know what I'm saying? She probably think, oh, daddy's at work or something like that. No, your daddy left your mama for a white woman. That's just what it is. No offense to the white folk. I'm just saying.
That's how it was back in the day. You know?
Lord Jesus.
Yep.
Oh no, I read it already.
Yeah, you did. You went back twice.
My bad. So as y'all read, you know, it goes in saying like how her mom was depressed and you know just crying and whimpering and all that good. You know, she's going through a breakup just like any other woman would go through a breakup. For example, like our mama Kristen went through a breakup recently on YouTube. How she was depressed and stuff, and her husband left her for a Mexican woman. But you know. But I ain't mean to put her in this. But you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm just giving y'all an example, okay? But on 13.
Everybody have shoes and socks and shoes on?
Oh, Lord, mute your phone.
I got it. Okay, girl, what I made. Okay, so basically, Annette kept asking Mama where Dad is. He coming back because they have dinners and breakfasts or whatever. And she was like wondering when he gonna come back. And days go by, he still don't come back. So Annette got to a point where she was fed up. She stopped asking the question, but she ended up asking. My daddy would not just run off and leave us. Where did he go? Didn't he take us? Why didn't he take us? You know, like any other child would ask. Hold on,
y'all write in the comment section.
All right. Your dad is a good man, her mama stated, in a whole lot of ways. But like all of us, he ain't perfect. He had weakness of the flesh. Just any other man, like these days, I got weakness of the flesh. One was white women. Before you was born, I was hearing about him and this white woman and her money. He just got fed up and tired of stressing over having such a hard life and riding them clucks. When this hussy was ready to take him, he was ready to be took. Mama said sadly. So at the time, that's why she was forceful for him to marry her. You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't in a relationship from the beginning, from what I'm hearing. So why did you get this man?
He was messing with white women his whole life.
Yes. So why force yourself to have kids by this man after 6 miscarriages, knowing that his heart was set for another white woman?
Mm-hmm.
But
she said, Felita said it's getting juicy.
And her mom goes to say, color women stronger than color men in a way. You see now, like I said, get ready for bed before I get my switch. Her mom always shut her daughter off when it comes to adult conversation. But immediately, their lives changed dramatically. Mama started working 5 days a week instead of 2, and we had to hide from more bill collectors. After Daddy's departure, Mama was in the kitchen rolling out some dough to make dumplings. It was a green card for a minute. I thought it was a white woman bringing back my daddy.
Baby, no.
Wait a minute. Wait a doggone minute.
Yeah, girl, it's getting juice. But on page 14, Mama, here come that old man, Riley man, walking real fast. So she would send her daughter to tell the man, you know how back in the day used to be people that sells what's the name of it? They used to sell. You could buy things on collect, like the finger hut type.
On credit and stuff.
Or Pepper Shelf. You remember Pepper Shelf back in the day? Or Avon or something like that, you know, or you can buy stuff on credit. They don't do that no more. But
they do.
Her mom was to send her daughter, tell her, come back Tuesday. Tuesday come. I meant next Tuesday. That next Tuesday come, that man come back Friday. That the Friday come, that was the 6th visit. And so when he came back that Friday, her mom was like, oh shit, you know. Mama, well, that's what they said in the book. I ain't trying to cuss, but that's what it said in the book. But then she fell down to the floor behind the living room couch, hiding from the collector. So the man said, was it Jessie May or Jessie May?
What?
What's her mama name? Where is Jessie May or Jessie May?
Jessie May, I think.
Where's Jessie May? The man stated. Annette said she gone to the store in town, get some buttermilk. I said, nervously rising. He was like, the store, huh? She going to the store? Well, the next time she go to the store, tell her after he done walked into the house and looked around the room, he said next time she go to the store, tell her to carry her feet with her. Because he seen her feet hanging on the side of the couch. But Mama made some bologna sandwiches. We packed our clothes that night and left behind our broken down furniture and that lumpy mattress. We spent the next 2 days eating bologna sandwiches and sleeping on the couch in the house of a lady from our church. Around that time, they just up and picked up and left because they were trying to avoid paying the bill collector or whatever. But we found a place to live. God done come through again, Mama Saab. We moved into a dank room in a rundown boarding house. You know how boarding houses look, y'all. Mm-hmm. You have one bathroom with the whole tenants in that whole building. Mm-hmm. One of the Miami's worst neighborhoods. Commentary. Woo! I'm glad I didn't read word from word. It would been taking. It's almost an hour. I ain't taking it right.
Oh Jesus. Well, they've been living a hard life since their daddy. They was already living a hard life when her daddy left.
Mm-hmm. But it got worse.
Even now in the book, it's 10 times worse.
Mm-hmm.
Because now her mom is running from bill collectors, trying to make ends meet, trying to protect her daughter, and she's just struggling. She's struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, she's struggling. She's doing the best that she can. And this is a story of a lot of American lives, period. Black, white, or indifferent. And it's still going on to this day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the moving from place to place because, people stay up in there even if you put that eviction notice on the door.
Right.
The sheriff got to come and put your hide out. But, and it's sad that at that age, she has to go through what she's going through.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, she don't even have a proper childhood because her mother is so nervous about them getting evicted. She's trying to protect her daughter, but at the same time, she can't protect her from grown folk business. No child should ever have to worry about, do I got to pack my stuff up in the middle of the night and not even get a full night's rest because we got to walk to somebody's house, walk somewhere.
And not only that, the girl didn't have too much of a child because she was playing with squirrels as friends.
Right. She ain't have no friends because she moved around too much.
Right.
Too much.
Hey, number 5 coming in. If you haven't already, don't forget to thumbs up the video for your girl. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, y'all, as we continue to read on page 15. All right. We couldn't buy any food that needed to be refrigerated. When we did, we had to eat it all up the same day. We ate our best meals behind the backs of the white women Mama worked for. That's how poor they was. The boarding house just had one bathroom for the 2 floors of tenants. It was always either occupied, too filthy and smelly. People would use the toilet and not flush it, or out of order. We used an empty lard bucket that I had to empty every morning for a toilet. We heated water in the pan on the hot plate and bathed in the sink in the corner. Now that is totally disgusting. But so her mama found the job. Of all the white women Mama worked for, the Jacobs woman was the only one that disliked. We never knew what to expect from her. Some days she was nice and would send us home early with extra pay and leftover food. When she was not in a good mood, usually when she was mad at her husband or one of her children, she treated us like trash. She would throw away good food rather than give it to us. But we always fish it out when she wasn't looking. She suffered with severe flatulence, meaning every time she walked, she would pass gas right in front of us and not say, "Excuse me." So they went from a house, a shack house with some furniture and mattresses and stuff like that, at least a bathroom and a tub to bathe in, and they moved into a boarding house where they have no tub. They bathe in the sink. They ate off a hot plate or whatever they cooked that day because they had no refrigerator. At least they had an ice box where they used to stay at. It's like they moved to something worse and worse and worse each time they move, and it's not a good healthy thing to do when you have kids. Period. That at the time her child didn't have that sense of stability. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. It's not healthy. It's not healthy at all to be moving from place to place. Now, granted, if you were, if your parent was in the military and you had to move because of the job, but you weren't moving from hell to hellish, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't getting worse and worse. You were, you had a place to go to. Mm-hmm. They didn't have nowhere to go. They didn't have nowhere to go. They just left, and unfortunately, it kept getting worse for them. Like you said, bathing in sinks. You know what I'm saying? Not having their own.
Taking whole baths.
Right. Taking whole baths, just getting the important parts, basically.
Right.
And as a kid, I'm thinking like, damn, she went through so much shit.
Mm-hmm.
In just that short period of time, she went through
so much. From 3 to 6. Mm-hmm.
From 3 to 6 in 3 years, she went through a whole bunch of shit, and she ain't done yet.
Right. Mm-hmm. We just getting started.
Yeah.
The first 2 chapters. And I'm going to go ahead and read the last 2 pages in the book that we got, and we can continue to discuss and let y'all come up here and talk about it if you want to.
Right.
So as soon as she entered a room, Mama stopped whatever she was doing and opened up a window because, baby, I bet it was smelling like it in some cabbages, old cabbages, whatever. One particular day, right after her husband had slapped her, she marched into the kitchen where Mama was sitting at the table shelling some crowded peas. Miss Jacobs raised her cane and shook it at her mama and roared, "Jesse, man, you get back in that bathroom and shine that commode like I told you. Put some elbow grease in it." Mama looked up at her and said, "I just finished shining the commode, Miss Jacobs." Still farting, the old woman whacked my mama across her back so hard, Mama fell out of her chair. I was horrified. "You leave my mama alone, you old heifer." I screamed. I ran around the table and bit Miss Jacobs on the leg so hard she bled. That was the only job Mama ever got fired from. I'm quite sure she got fired if you don't bit that woman her leg.
Okay. You don't bit that lady on her leg.
I would do the same thing. If you're going to slap her thing, I was sick of slaving for that farting old witch anyway. Was all she said on the subject. God take care of us. She started working for another white woman 2 days later, a sweet smelling woman who hugged me and encouraged me to play with her kids on a swing set in her huge backyard. Miss Myers, a woman with eyes like blue marbles and hair the color of carrots, was always nice to us. Every day after work, Mama and I went through trash cans behind restaurants and stores on our way back to the boarding house. We often found food that looked like it had not been touched and a few items for our room. I've even found a pair of shoes, clodhoppers with cleats, There were boys' shoes that were too big and heavy. I dragged my feet. With what help we could get from church and God, we survived. On day one day, I asked Mama, "Are we happy?" Her mama said, "We got more than the Lord ever had him, and he was happy." She answered. Pretty much. Not see back in the day, they had that fair share of dealing with Caucasian women. But they do come across some good women that actually, like she mentioned, Miss Myers was the only white woman that actually cared for them, and she allowed her to play with her children. Now, back in them time days, they did not like white kids playing with black children.
They didn't.
But so for Miss Myers to do that lets you know not all white people.
Not all whites. Not all whites was bad.
Right.
And even in the slave days, there was still not all white people were slave owners.
Right.
They treated the blacks just the same if they were white. So this book is giving you both sides. It's giving you, we still stuck in the slave times, and and then it's giving you the other side, that there is some compassion with white people,
Right.
Yeah, this book. All I'm gonna say is y'all need to buckle up your seatbelts, because baby, y'all are in for a ride.
Chapter 3 and 4 get here.
Yo, I'm just gonna tell y'all now. Y'all really need to prepare yourself, because I've cried every single time I read this book. Every time.
It's gonna be that good.
It's gonna be that good and that bad. Just think of it. God don't like ugly. What you think is gonna happen in this book? It's gonna be because I know what's gonna happen in the book. But what do y'all think that's gonna happen in this book? What you think, Fifi?
I think they already can't catch a break as it is now, starting off. It's gonna get worse. Somebody's gonna end up getting taken, or something's gonna be some harsh. Because Mr. Bro-Right already don't seem right. So the church people back in the day couldn't be trusted, and they can't be trusted now. So there's a lot of things going on with kids when it comes to churches. So that's what I'm thinking for right now. But, yeah,
I'm not giving my input because I read it. I think Felita.
I haven't read the whole
read it too. So Felita knows what's coming up. But for those of y'all that don't know what's coming up, yeah, I hope it doesn't trigger anything. I hope nobody is just has went through this themselves, because I do not want this book to trigger somebody.
Right.
Felita said I read it, so no comment. But I really hope church folks play in church. Exactly, Alexis. I just hope that this does not trigger something for somebody, because I would feel so bad, because this is the book of my choice. And I didn't really think about it when I picked it, but I'm like, oh shit. Oh damn.
And then also, when we reading this book, I know it seems like it's kind of a lot of dealing with racism in here. Don't take this book the wrong way, people, because I know we got people of all colors, all different races that watch me. When we're reading this book, this could be somewhat educational for you too. How people go through and back in the day. Just don't take it too personal. We're just reading what it come out the book now. Now, after this book,
I'm not saying this is not my book. This is not Fifi's book. This is a book that was written many, many years ago. By a Black woman from Oakland, California. Okay, she's from Oakland. This is
very Monroe.
I don't know if it's true facts to somebody in her family. I don't know, or if she just made it up. I don't know, but it is a triggering. It could be a triggering um, book for you.
Right.
But just letting you know. Again, Audible.
Get it for free.
Audible, you can get it for free.
And then I think the book is cheap for the next, because after this book, we're gonna be reading God Still Don't Like
Ugly.
We're gonna go through the seasons, okay?
Yeah.
So, and I definitely get the Audible for the second one. And I wonder if I could play the Audible on here without getting copyrighted.
I don't know. We gotta look into that.
Mm-hmm.
Felita said, I read it. She said, I read it. No comment. Yeah, I read this book when I was in my 20s, and I wasn't in my 20s. I was in school. I was in high school when I read this book. The first time I read it. Then I was in my 20s in my 2-bedroom apartment when I read this book. So, yeah.
And this chapter 1 and 2 only lasted us about an hour and 10 minutes. Imagine if I would have read every freaking line on chapter 2. We would still be in this thing to 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Definitely would have been in here for 2 hours. Definitely. Definitely.
So, how do y'all think, for those that's still in here supporting us, and I want to say I really do appreciate y'all for rocking with us.
Yes, we appreciate you.
We expected for more people to be here, but I don't know where they at, and it is what it is. I'm grateful for the ones that's in here now. Fleeta, shout out to you. Lovely, shout out to you. Alexis, shout out to you. Mama Didi, thanks for coming through. Shout out to you. Shout out to LaTanya Yvette. Thank you for coming through. I was just asking my sis, they never read. They never read the books either. Also, it's gonna be good. I never read these series either, so it's gonna be definitely good for us. Shanique, if you still in here, shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to all of y'all.
Shout out to Sade for coming through. Shout out to
Sade, Felita, Alexis,
munching and chatting.
Tanya, munching and chatting.
Miss Leah,
Sade, Fifi,
Charlene,
Samira.
Thank you, Lovely, for coming up too, girl.
Yes, and we want y'all to come up here and
chat with
chat with us.
Give us some opinion right now at the above.
Not next week, but the following week. So you got 2 weeks to read 2 chapters. So, thank you. She said our beautiful host, LaTanya, said that. Thank you.
Thank you, LaTanya. How did y'all think we did for our first time? I know we had some technical difficulties. I thought y'all could listen to the music, but now I know what to do. Now I know what to do.
Gail.
Thank
you, Gail.
Oh, yeah. Our little advertisement. If you want your $5 fix of jewelry, go ahead and get you Shop Jonay's live. I mean, her website. Put it down in the website.
Yes, if you guys shop my website, if you spend $35 or more, you guys, on my website, if you purchase $35 or more on my website, only in November, because it is Customer Appreciation Month, you will get a free gift for paparazzi. Now, if you do spend the $35, screenshot it, send it to me on any one of my social media platforms, and I will be sending you a free gift as well. So that's 2 gifts.
And look, y'all, I got my new earrings that I got in the mail today.
Yes, and I do want to say this, that those earrings that she wore, the person that wanted them, she did not pay for them, so they're back in my inventory. Just to let y'all know. Y'all did good, Fifi. You are hilarious. I love y'all. Yes. Yeah, the another plug is Golly Gummies. Use her.
Get your discount price. Golly Gummies, okay? My promo code Felicia Michelle 1, or just click the link that's pinned up the top. I need to find your link so I can put both our links together and pin it at the top.
Right. Thank you, Sade. This is just a vision that I had. I was like, oh, we should do a book club. I said it like all year long.
And we just decided to do it.
And then we just decided to do it a month and a half ago.
Right.
And we kept pushing it back because we wanted people to be able to get the book. And I don't know why I didn't think about Audible, but Fifi came up with Audible like a week and a half ago.
Right. I think Leah told us about
Leah was asking about it. And then Fifi was like, yeah, you could get a free book. So there you guys go. Y'all did good, Fifi. You are hilarious. I love y'all. Sade, stay blessed. Felita, love you. Oh, Gail, you're so sweet. Alexis, we want y'all to join in, chime in. I hope I hope we stick with it. I hope more people
come and join and support your girl like they supposed to.
Right.
Like, come on. I know we got more than 6 people that we up here supporting as well. Where everybody
at? Well, later on, Imani will be in my live because she's at work.
Yeah, Imani at work. I know that. Yeah.
She's at work. Who else said that they wanted to read this book? LaTanya is here. There were some other people that wanted to read it. Leah was here. I don't remember. But we can only grow from here, I think next weekend during the week we can start posting or the week of it, we can start posting in our community tabs about the book club, because we didn't really say too much about it. We said it in our lives, but we could post it in our community tabs and stuff like that. Get your $5 Fig Shop paparazzi. You could just type in Joynae's Heavenly Jewels.
I keep doing it.
Joynae's Heavenly Jewels.com is my page.
So Joynae with a Y-S at the end?
JYNES, Joynae's Heavenly Jewels. Oh my God. He want to lay on his Mickey Mouse, y'all.
So JoynaeHeavenlyJewels.com.
Yep, Joynae'sHeavenlyJewels.com. What dad will we? Oh, what day? What day?
Did it work?
The date, let me see. Might have to put the www on there. I don't when I do it. Let me tell you right now.
Well, that's the link right there, y'all.
Yeah. It'll be Saturday the 5th. The 5th of November. So we'll be back the 5th of
November.
I mean, December.
December, girl.
The 5th of December. Wait, hold on. No. Yeah, the 5th of December and the 19th of December. And then we'll also be back on the 2nd of January. So those are the next 3 times. The 5th, the 19th, and the 2nd.
And in between time, we'll be also going live with 2 other ladies. If Alexis and Shanique is still up to it, we'll still do our live sessions.
Yep.
It depends on their schedule and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh, my foot. Oh, did we say Shanique? Shanique was in here.
I did say Shanique.
Okay. Thank you, Shanique, too, by the way. I'm still up for it. Yes, if you guys are not following Alexis Aries, follow her because we were on her platform last night.
Right.
Yeah, we just need to know the time. So you can text me or whatever and let me know the time.
Yeah, go ahead, drop your link in the chat, Alexis. Everybody got a channel on here, and if you blue, drop it. No.
Drop it. I think this went very well for our first one. Hopefully, I have a green. I don't have a green screen, but I'm getting me
several green screen.
I'm getting backdrops.
Okay, girl, but the way it looks right now, it looks good because my wall my green screen compared to your wall, it looks like almost natural. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. That is true, but hopefully I get my Christmas backdrop soon. Because I've been waiting for it. I ordered it like, a week ago, and it's still not here. I think it was like a delay or on back order. I don't know what the heck. It'll be here.
Let me get this. Do this one more time. So I can
one more time.
Let me see if that works. I can pin that one. Yep, it works.
It pinned. I mean, it works.
Yeah, I put both on.
Right. Say good morning. Say good morning.
Hey, sun.
So mean, y'all.
You don't know how to drop links.
Who?
Alexis.
I don't know how to do them links. If you go to your channel, go to your exact channel. There's 3 buttons in the corner. There's 3 dots in the corner. Click on that and then put share, push the share button, and then do copy, and it'll copy. Then go into the chat and press the screen. Or if you're on a laptop, do Control V and it'll share your link. And it'll come up on the bar where you type. Then just send it.
There goes the link if you want to come up here and chat with your girl. I'm going to find your link, Alexis.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. I think Fifi has a book that she wants to read too.
I forgot the other book we said we were going to read. I forgot.
Polders went to Eva.
But if y'all got any book suggestions that y'all want us to read, we will definitely take y'all suggestions and then we will read it next.
You got it? Yay! Alexa.
Yeah, I'm up here finna struggle to put your link in the chat. And you already pull it up.
She said, I got it. Yes, Alexis. Ooh. My big boy. Big boy. Big boy. Please do not go broke on Christmas. I'm telling you, like this year is not like any other year that we have ever lived. Well, I know for me, I've never lived in a time like this before ever. But please do not go broke trying to buy Christmas gifts. Please don't do that. There are organizations. There is what? There are organizations like Salvation Army. See if there is Brighter Christmas in your area. Find out what organizations that are doing.
Oh yeah, there you go, right there. Cupcake by Cupcake Brown. That's the one I want to read next.
Oh, there, yeah. Cupcake by Cupcake Brown. That's right.
So thank you, Felita.
Yes, thank you, Felita, because I forgot about it. Yes. But yes, for real, y'all find out where there's organizations that'll help you. Even if they'll give you a box of food. You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about the churches. Exactly. Churches will do it. There's so many things that you can do to not break the bank. Okay.
Right, you know what? The school called me yesterday and they said they thought about me because they know about my situation years back when I had the house fire.
Mm-hmm.
They know, I don't have it all back here where I'm at, and I'm not too. I'm not too. What's it called? Afraid to take it.
Oh, so yeah.
They put me on a list for my kids, like for Christmas, to be a sponsorship. I said, yeah, go ahead and do it. I wasn't afraid to do it, but we don't.
There's nothing in it.
You don't have it like that. You know what I'm saying?
You don't have it like that. Like I said, I'm only buying my kids 5 things.
They might be too.
I'm not doing all that. I'm not going broke because of Christmas. I'm sorry.
I got 5 kids. You do too.
I got 5 kids. I got 5 kids and I'm not doing that. No. There are churches that you can go to. There's, like I said, Salvation Army. There are even the food banks, y'all, will sign you up for Christmas. Whether it's 1 gift, 2 gifts. Go to like family resource centers. They're doing signups for gifts and a Christmas meal. And a lot of these organizations, they have people that pick from the tree or pick like names, and they will adopt your family, not just your kids, but yourself. So if you need new pots and pans, if you need blankets, if you need whatever, they'll call you and ask you, what do you need? Mm-hmm. What things do the kids like? Boys and girls clubs too. There's a lot of places out here. Don't be ashamed to ask for help, because at the end of the day, Christmas ain't for us. Christmas is for your kids.
Right.
But we also don't want to go broke trying to please our kids and make sure that they have a good Christmas. 5 gifts is enough. You hear me? I already said Nene's getting 1 big gift. I think I'm going to do 1 big gift for each of the kids. And after that, it's just going to be simple stuff.
And then even like Jonay was saying, they will give you some food. Like people giving away turkeys and stuff for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving coming around. And for those that's living paycheck to paycheck with 1 income, like my situation, and plus my son couldn't go back to school. Even your health care physician, like if you got Medicaid or whatever, they will put you in a program if you need help and get some Thanksgiving dinner or whatever.
Yeah. You can go to the food banks and they're giving out turkey and stuff. Turkey, it may be a turkey, maybe a ham. The food banks, even if you ain't never been to a food bank before, that was the time. I mean, get it when you can.
Right.
And Christmas,
if you definitely need to get it, then you definitely get it.
Yes. If you don't need it, then don't get it. Yeah. But if you honestly need it, go ahead and get it. Do not stress yourself out trying to worry about how are you going to get Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner. You're still taking signups for Thanksgiving dinners and all that stuff. Don't do it. Do not go broke. Just like Felita said, can't pay rent on the 1st of January because you went broke. You hear me? Like, kids will be grateful. Kids should be grateful for anything that they get. Nene is getting a hoverboard because she asked for a hoverboard years ago, and I told her no, she was too young. I think when hoverboards came out, Nene was like 9 or something like that.
Right. They was catching on fire back then. They
was catching fire, and I was like, no, you're not getting one. She's had a motorized scooter. She's she's had a motorized scooter, and unfortunately it broke, and she never really enjoyed that scooter. I just have to find a pin or something like that for it. But anyway, so she's getting a hoverboard, and I already explained it to her. I said, if you get this hoverboard for Christmas, you're not getting a lot of stuff. I'm not doing that. You're gonna get that, and I also said I'm gonna get her some drawing, like the drawing pads or drawing paper or whatever, and some color pencils and some drawing pencils and whatever else, and that's just gonna be her gifts right there. And then I ain't gotta worry about it either because her grandma gonna spoil her ass anyway. So, and
Touch and Nick, they just started doing that with the healthcare providers because COVID is going around, a pandemic, and for ones that have been exposed to COVID, they're supposed to quarantine for 14 days. They will give you resources who to call you and help you with to bring the stuff to you. You ain't got to go to them; they will bring it to you. And you know, my son, by him being exposed to COVID-19 at his school, but he tested negative. He's still supposed to be quarantined. They was like, "Do you need the resources? We'll bring you groceries and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Okay, if you know, even now, the people, if you have issues paying your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, stuff like that,
they will help you.
It's a facility in your area right now that got money from the government to help pay. If people don't use them resources, they sending that money right back.
Yes.
So get the resources while you can now.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. You all stank ass. He done farted by me. He right here, look.
Hey,
farted next to me, you all stanky booty.
Girl, I didn't realize it was a Christmas tree behind me.
Girl, yeah, it's a Christmas tree behind you. But yeah, y'all,
green screen.
Take advantage of the resources. We ain't rich yet. You hear me? Yet.
Yeah.
We will be.
One day.
In a Saturday morning. All you beautiful ladies have a blessed weekend. See y'all again.
Thank you.
Shanae. You have a blessed weekend as well.
As well.
Yeah. You know? Ooh, it's hard around these times. Shoot. And make sure that you guys are in like the groups on Facebook, because a lot of the groups are doing things for certain, you know, they pick random families to for the holidays. So
Instagram too. Do that too.
Yeah, and Instagram, there's a lot of things on Instagram, a lot of businesses that are giving away money every day or every week or every day or whatever it is, up until Christmas. So y'all need to, or up until like, I think the last week or the last week before Christmas. But either way, you guys need to take advantage of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Shanique.
And bless somebody. If you're out and you see a $5 toy or something like that, or a board game or something, give it to an organization, y'all, because they need help too.
You know what? My kid's school was doing something like that for canned goods drive for the Thanksgiving meals. And I got some canned goods out of my cup, my little thing, and I gave it to the kids. I was like, you know what? My kids wanted to do it, so I did it. That was a blessing for somebody else's family. You know what I'm saying? Because you got people out here that ain't got no meal to make for Thanksgiving.
Right.
So to donate some canned goods, you can still do that now. Some canned goods drive somewhere around your area.
Oh yeah. Call Salvation Army. Salvation Army will take them quick.
Drop them off at Salvation Army.
Call your food pantry and see when you could drop them off. Bless somebody. You got to bless somebody in order to be blessed.
Exactly.
And in Walmart right now, they have the $5 board games. Some family can be blessed with a board game. Some families ain't got them. I'm tired of buying board games for my house because they always losing the pieces.
Or breaking it.
Or breaking it. I'm not buying no board games this year. You hear me?
My kids can't keep a board game.
I'm not doing it. No. I'm show one.
To make it work.
Make it work, okay? Right.
Exactly.
Right. You make it work for you. You know, make it a fun day. You know, Christmas is Jesus' birthday anyway. So, you know, we just incorporate giving gifts to everybody. Shoot, it's a big old party over here.
Yeah.
It's not, Christmas is not gifts.
It ain't about the Christmas trees and the gifts, the snowmans and the all that. It's the meaning of Christmas, you know. Right. You're supposed to give, you know, but that was a pagan type idea for Christmas, you know, the Christmas tree. But you know, don't get over preaching.
I'm not the one to say that, you know, that man ain't real, because I'm not crushing nobody's dream, you know, childhood and nothing like that. And I don't like when people do that. I'm just like, you know what? Let your kids be as innocent as possible for as long as possible, because eventually they will know.
They will figure out themselves. Figure it out. Ain't real, you know.
Exactly. They will figure it out themselves. But don't be the one to crush your child's childhood.
My mama crushed my kids' dreams already. So y'all know it ain't no Santa, because she's all about the Bible and stuff. She already crushed my baby's dreams.
Yeah, my pastor tried to do that every year. He preaches the same message. I swear he do. Every year. He says the same message. I'm like, really? Stop telling these kids that. Stop telling these kids that. That is not okay. Like, yes, they know that Christmas is Jesus' birthday. They know that. Let them believe in Santa if they feel like it. You know what I'm saying? My kids, they already know, except for Tinka.
But my oldest three, they was mad when they found out that Santa Claus wasn't real. I said, maybe I should have told them from when they were little that Santa ain't real. So the way they was acting towards that fact that, because that's when my mama brought the news to them that Santa ain't real. I was like, Mama, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, Tinka and Marshawn, they the only two that don't know. My other ones, they know. I am Santa. My sister used to say that all the time. I am Santa. I'm the one. I'm like, oh Lord. And the Tooth Fairy. And the Tooth Fairy. I mean, Tinka do, but my oldest ones, Nene crushed Deja's dream, talking about it ain't no her childhood, talking about, that's mom putting money underneath your pillow. Excuse me, ma'am.
One time I forgot to put the dollar under there. And I'm like, Mama, oh, she said she's gonna come by tomorrow. I said she's gonna come by tomorrow because she ran out of coins.
I forgot 3 days in a row. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, dang. The Tooth Fairy didn't bring me my money. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, maybe she'll come tonight. I don't know. Girl forgot again. Mm-hmm. And then she woke up with that on that fourth day. She woke up. She was happy. Can I go to the store, Negro? And how I do it, I usually give $1 for each year that they had that tooth. So if she had it for 10 years, she would have got $10.
Oh no, you were too good.
Deja's about to get $20 from me. Cause let me tell you something. She lost 2 teeth in 1 year.
What?
She lost 2 teeth in 1 year. Wait, within months of each other. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what am I doing? Oh, yes, we believe in helping, giving whether it's paying it forward or giving toys for tots to help out our food banks. There are places that do need a helping hand. Amen.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, Toys for Tots too. Call Toys for Tots in your area and see if they're doing Christmas signups too. Because, I think they'll give you I think it's like a couple of toys or 1 toy for each child, or maybe it's a bike. They ask you sometimes, like, what do you prefer? Like a couple of gifts, or do you want a bike or something like that? But yeah, Toys for Tots is a good one too. I forgot about them. But yeah, a lot of these not marathons, but marathons, like these 5K runs and all that stuff. Those runs in the winter time, in the fall time, used to be to help Salvation Army, food banks, Toys for Tots. There used to be 5K for Toys for Tots. You know what I'm saying? And people used to run for those organizations,
right,
to get donations. So now that a lot of it is not, you can't run for a lot of these. It's hard this year for.
I don't even think they did a marathon for the breast cancer awareness.
They didn't. They didn't do the autism run.
Be cold or something like that. Cause my mama, we used to do that, but they haven't seen one in a long time.
They haven't done it. Well, out here in California, I don't think they did it this year, but last year they did. A 5K for breast cancer, or 10K or whatever it was. Yeah. Y'all, do y'all remember that lady I told y'all that swam from? Where did she run from? She swam from Frisco to Monterey or something like that, or Monterey to Frisco or something, San Francisco or whatever. Girl, she made it. She swam all
Oh
night.
yeah, I remember that. You was telling about that before.
All night long.
All night.
She swam all night long. I was like, geez, Louise.
In the ocean.
In the ocean, in the dark, y'all. Well, I'm pretty sure they had like a light, in front of her to make her, to make sure that she's seeing what she. Yeah, juice.
And I'm quite sure they had a boat while they was
no, they did. They had a boat that was with her the whole time.
Just in case of shark or something.
Yeah, or in case she got a cramp or something like that. But she trained for that. She trained and she was like, "No, I'm not giving up." Because I think it was supposed to be a competition or something like that, like a swimathon or something. And she was like, "No, I trained for this." Because she had got sick or she injured herself or something like that. And she ended up, she was like, no, she was like, I'm not giving up. So she had trained to do this swim. And I guess the best time to do it is in the middle of the night because, the ocean is calmer at night. The ocean is calmer at night. And I think the ocean critters and sharks and stuff are asleep. So, right. But she swam and she made it. I was like, dang. I was like up. Every time I got up, I was like, you can do it. Keep going. And I was like, and I had said, y'all, I had got backlash because I said this in the comment. Okay. She was, so I had said, this is the statement I had said. I said, oh my gosh, you did so amazingly. I said, I'm so grateful that God kept you and God had it in his will to keep you and he helped you along the way. This man gonna say, hey, that ain't had nothing to do with God. I said, sir, I said, oh, you must be one of them atheists, mother. Mm-hmm. And he was like, God don't have nothing to do with her success, with her doing it. I said, yeah, he do, because anything could have happened out there.
Right.
Anything could have happened to her. Anything could have happened to the people in the boat. Anything could have happened out there on that in
a sinkhole or something. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It could have been anything out there that could have been, praying against her, and God, kept her. God had his angel keeping her. I said, so yes, he did have everything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? He gave her the strength to keep going because she was like, oh, there was points where she didn't want to keep going. She didn't want to do it.
Right. Hey, give me the oranges, please.
Boy, Bow on the go. Where's Nene?
Son.
Go get Nene. Oop, they say son. First say son. That is not Nene, boy.
It's Fifi. Fifi? He looking like, who is you? Hey.
Say hi.
Hey.
Yes, pure strength. People are very irking, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
Right.
First of all, it was God that gave her the mindset to be like, okay, I'm gonna still do this. You know what I'm saying? And then it was God that kept her. Because, like I said, anything could have happened out on that ocean floor. You don't know what the heck could have happened to that woman. She could have had a heart attack out there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's straining. Swimming nonstop, moving your arms nonstop. She could have had a stroke. She could have had a heart attack. She could have drowned. That boat could have been tipped over. Look at him looking at me like, what's she talking about?
Hey, y'all, I'm about to ride out. See y'all later. Okay, get with us on Instagram and see what time is best for you, Alexis. We will be there. Let your girl know. Thank you for being here and being a part of this book club.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we got another thing. We need to come up with a name for our book club because I know a lot of people got book club and we don't want to copyright their name into our video. So we need to come up with our own unique name. If y'all got any suggestions for us, what should we call it? Let us know. Because the girl, we need some help.
Also, are you gonna announce that other thing? Hold on, let me text you it.
Okay.
He freaking hold on, y'all. Okay, go ahead.
You gonna announce it?
Am I doing? Oh, okay. We also wanted to announce that we will be giving. I don't know if we're going to do it as a raffle or we're just going to pick a random person or two people. Right. I don't know how many Fifi is going to do, but I know for me, I'm picking two random people. How many are you picking?
About two random people. So 4 people in total.
4 people in total. We'll be getting a.
We're either going to do a gift card or we're going to do cash apps.
Yes. Either or. We're going to pick 4 people, 2 people each at random, I guess. And we're going to give them either a cash app or a gift card for being here.
And we haven't disclosed the amount, but you know, it's going to be time when you get you a drink or two or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, or a meal.
Wine or something, you know.
Right, or a meal at Burger King.
Or a meal or something.
But something better than nothing. Okay?
Exactly. Hey,
get you a meal and some candy. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pick 2 people each. And I guess we're going to do it for December for Christmas. But
when is our next? You said December 5th?
No, our next one will be I think December.
So December 5th, we'll be doing a giveaway. Okay, so y'all be in here. Let your mama know. Let your grandmama know. Let your grandpa, your uncle, your brother, your sister, your daddy. Everybody know around your cousins, your sisters. Let them know we can do a book club next 2 weeks at December 5th, and we'll be doing what? A giveaway.
Giveaway. This chick Felita said, did somebody say wine?
Right.
Oh my God. So that's what we decided. We decided it early on.
And we're not going to be doing the giveaway the first beginning of the reading. We're going to do it after the reading's over. So y'all better stay the whole entire time. Okay.
Well, we might just do it at random. We might just be
You never know.
You never know. You never know, but it'll be in there on the 5th.
Mm-hmm.
For random people. We don't know. I do have the wheel spinner on my phone.
Right.
So I will input everybody's name that is in the live. You got to be in the live, y'all.
Yes. You have to be in the live. You have to be active in the live as well.
Active in the live. Chit chat with us. You know what I'm saying? Put your little inputs in. Click the link. Get in the live.
Right. Thumbs up the video. I don't care if it's an emoji, a laughing emoji, or just a
I don't care. You can put the eyeballs up there. Just be active in there, and I will.
You gotta see us, see you. All right.
Exactly, and I will input you in there. I'll input you in there, and then I will spin it at random and see what happens. See who gets these 4 lucky people.
4 lucky people. 4 lucky people. 4 lucky people.
Y'all, Marshawn, really? Look,
Jonay, it's 5 people. Look, it's 5 people in the chat already, so it's gonna be everybody gonna get something from Cash App.
Right. If you don't got Cash App, let us know in advance, and I will do the PayPals.
Yeah, well, we can just do PayPal because my card is linked to PayPal, so I can do it right there.
Right. So if you don't have PayPal, then I guess we'll send you the gift cards.
Right.
Just let us know if you do not have PayPal. But you have enough time to go get a PayPal.
Right.
You know the app.
Right.
Card. Get your stuff. You hear me? Bye. See you next time. Bye, Sade. Yes. So you guys have those options right there. Y'all have time to get PayPal, y'all.
And then all you gotta do is link your bank account to it or whatever cards you use to your notable card.
You ain't got to link a bank account if you don't want to.
Right. You get your Walmart card. Right.
Right.
Go to Dollar Tree and get a card for $1. And upload money on that.
Mm-hmm.
Either way I go.
So yeah.
So excited for chapter 3 and 4 on December 5th.
Yeah.
Woo, woo.
2 weeks. 2 weeks to read this.
Oh, you know what? We gotta announce that on your channel too tonight.
Yes, I will. I definitely will. Marshawn.
Oh, but how we gonna do that?
What?
So when I go live next week on the December 5th, how we doing it?
What do you mean?
The giveaway. So we picking 4 random people. So we're gonna do 2 from each other in this live and then 2. So 4 people on each live, right?
Yeah.
I'm confused. You're doing 2, right?
I'm doing 2.
And I'm doing 2. So it's gonna be it'd be 2 people on this live and 2 people on your live.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Imani, it wouldn't be fair. Imani's not in there. Yep.
So that's what we're gonna do it.
Yes, ma'am.
We got about 5 more Manitos before we end this live.
Stop it.
Thank y'all for hanging with me.
Marshawn, really? Really? Really, son? Really? Really? He's rolling on the floor. Really? Really? Really, nigga?
Lita said this was fun. I'm glad we made it fun for y'all.
Yes, I'm glad it was fun for y'all. It was fun for us. Fifi wants to do podcasts.
Right?
She just trying to put everything on my plate, y'all. I'm probably going to go live on my channel later on today. Give Imani enough time to get home and settled in and other people. But yeah. So we just announced that. Y'all didn't even know. Y'all being involved, honey. Hey. What are you doing? Y'all, Marshawn is crazy. So y'all think of some names that we would call our book club. Okay? Think of some names and let us know what you think. Marshawn, come listen to the music. Look. Be quiet.
Oh.
Go get your baba.
We can still talk while it's playing.
Oh, I know.
That was just the background music.
Hold on, Marshawn want me to do something. I don't even know. What do you want me to do?
I'm still here, y'all. I'm just waiting on these 5 minutes. I'm gonna play some more music for y'all. I guess it's a listen session.
Okay.
I'm gonna play your favorite YouTuber songs.
Oh Lord.
My bad.
Ooh, pudding.
Oh no, that ain't it. I guess I did.
Yeah, go.
Making moves, trying to get away from this life I'm living. Same old things every day. Wanna change this feeling. Wasting all my time, don't care about what you're saying.
Here.
Keep me down, no time for all your playing. If you tell me now, you should know I don't care about the things you say. I don't even know what I want no more, yeah. I'ma figure out what to do with all my time. I know I get up. I don't even know what to do right now, yeah.
Get it, sunset. Get it, sunset. Go,
I don't wanna try again. I don't wanna try again. All we have is time to make some new ones. Sun is up, I'm wide awake. We're not getting younger. If you still love me, then please just let me go. I won't stay with you, I need to live my own way. Yeah, even if you tell me,
I don't know if y'all heard this
you
one yet.
should know I don't.
I'm just playing music, y'all. I like this song.
I don't wanna be alone. Spend too much time by myself. So many things that I still don't know.
Rightfully.
It's time for me to move on. I want you right here, but you're all across the globe. Never call me back, even though you're on your phone. Wishful thinking gets the best of me. Hoping that it's still you and me. Yeah, I thought we'd always shine. Just some time off, we'd be fine. Guess that I was wrong this time. When I think about it now, I know that I don't. I do not wanna give you more of my life. I do not wanna give you more of my life. You're just gonna waste it now. I'm not sure if I'll make it out. I do not wanna give you more of my life.
What? No, here.
I'm all in with my mind. Will you ever call me back? How am I supposed to go if we never said goodbye? Reading through our combo, trying to find where it went wrong. Baby, I'll be fine if you text me one last time. Wishful thinking gets the worst of me. Hoping that it's still you and me. We'd always shine. Just some time off, we'd be fine. Yes, there's from this time. When I think about it now, I know that I don't. I do not wanna give you more of my life. I do not wanna give you more of my life. You're just gonna waste it now. I'm not sure if I'll make it out. I do not wanna give you more of my life.
Here go our last one before we go. Your favorite YouTuber, favorite song. DJ in the building.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal. I ain't lying. I ain't hiding. I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time.
You sitting with my Bible girl, staying prayed up.
You always posting.
I've seen it.
Look like you winning. I'm writing rhymes in the kitchen, soaking the moments we live in. Yeah, you got the nerve to be on me. Taking your life at a high. If you got my number, don't add me. Cause baby, I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me. Get time out to be.
Yes. Yes, duck.
My life off the screen.
Yeah,
Taking
duck.
time out to be.
Yeah, duck.
Taking just a deal.
Duck.
And then take it.
No.
We just building.
That's a duck. Yes, look, duck.
Make a name for generations, please, and make a
Yes, duck.
a little vacation and chase and blues away.
There's another one.
Hey, you
Yes. Yes, duck.
You winning, look like you always be working, soaking the moments you live in. Yeah, you got the nerve to be on, shaking your life for the IG. If you got my number, don't
Ain't no duck on there.
I'm a hiatus.
That's a get it, Lord.
Yes, duck. Right there. Yes, duck.
Baby,
I'm
I'm
on the phone.
Taking time out to be.
You want to call your dad?
Live my life on the screen. Taking
Dada?
time out to be.
Dada?
I'm in a place serene and pure and free. Hey, I ain't worried about what the
Yes, duck. Your daddy didn't answer. Yes, duck, Marshawn. He's going to ask me about 50,000 times about this damn duck. Yes, it's a duck. Fifi. Oh, he said Fifi. Your dad's not on here. Your dad didn't answer. He might be at work.
Nah, y'all want to go ahead and this West, or you want to play one more song?
Playing one more song. He's sitting up here talking about a damn duck. Duck.
Let me see what he's gonna do with this song right here. Look at him.
I'm a one-to-one, I can never be you. Little me tools, no, I can't be fooled. Little me tools, no, I hate these dudes. I'm a one-to-one, I can never be you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you. Anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you.
Hey, go start, son. Go start, son. He ain't doing it no more. He done.
Yeah. He want his pudding.
Go start, son. Go start, son. Hey. Dance, son.
Yeah.
Say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less. Talking too much, say less. If it's less than a check, say less. If you can say it best, say less. I'm taking all best, say less.
Here. Oh, Lord. He's going crazy.
You could do, I can do better. Can do anything you could do, I can do better. I can do better than you.
Anyway, those are non-copyrighted music from Epidemic Sounds. I'm just giving you a little taste of what I got on my laptop. I got more songs. You name it, I play it. My son ain't having it. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. Thank y'all for coming in.
Thank y'all.
Girl, I appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. I said appreciate you. See y'all in Jonay's live later on tonight.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.
And chicken grease.